I might be lagging a little bit because I got some shit uploading to Discord. I got 30 mods. Let me take someone off. Hey, Amber. Hey, Corvette. Hey, Karma. It's all about Lyme disease today, everybody. That's the tick. That's your average looking Lyme disease carrying tick. Hey, bitch, witch. Yes, so Lyme disease is spelled Lying disease. Lying disease. Hey, Brucey. I'm doing good, Karma. How are you? Right, Mother Moon? How are you? Hey, Spread. Right? I mean, I wish ticks had a different face. It gives me the heebie-jeebies, too. Hey, Lex. Hey, Trouble. Hey, Bougie. The Hilton, isn't it? Didn't you agree to like $1,000 a day, some shit? Or is it the same? Oh, it's Kai's hotel. It's in a tent with my child. So OG can use me to make more money. No, Karma, because if you pay with your points, you'll look like Dora. And really, if you want to look like Dora or OG, that's not a good choice. Either way. But the real topic is, share it out. It's going to be Mallory and OG. Yeah, MJ on the tick, no, because I don't think MJ has Lyme disease. I was going to put MJ's face on a blob of clay, but then I realized that I didn't need to generate a blob of clay. I could just put MJ's face up here. Hey, Nikki. You can't fix her brow. That's a side effect of Lyme disease. You'd have to give her her medication. It comes in 5 325 and 10 325s. Don't worry though, she gets the sniffles when she takes it. Percocet. Side effects: the sniffles and a drip. That's her blowing her nose. Oh, gee, you know better than to waste them. They're expensive. You bought them for Nurse Liz. You know how much they are. I don't know who Popular Demand is, but I do know when there's some scissoring going down, I make a meme about it. Right? DJ OG Paul Mall will come and do her gravelly rap at your event. Oh, I had the sniffles. Maybe I just snorted a pill, everybody. So, yeah, DJ Paul Mall DJ OG Paul Mall is part of the platinum package. So before we get started, I'm gonna need everybody to share it out. Tap me, send your heart me's, do your populars, and tap the screen the whole way. Don't stop tapping. This is probably gonna go down because we're gonna talk about the MJ's drug addict mother for a moment. Is that why she's a hoot? I already snorted meth with Skittles. I don't know where you're at, but if you're anywhere on the way to Pittsburgh, so when I smoke crack with Lisa, I'll come do whatever your mom's doing with her. Oh. Hey, Bougie, how's it going?
I was just wondering, Florida man, are those fake airplanes that I hear?
I'm always late. Do you know how long it takes me to find proper fake airplane audio?
I was just checking because I thought, yeah.
It's good. You have to fact check everything, you know?
Yeah, definitely fact check everything. Lastly,
Speaking of fact checking everything,
sorry, never mind. Never mind the
what happened?
noise. It's just Daddy Bougie apparently leaving me. Because I'm paying for your hotels. Can you stop with the room service though? It's causing issues here. Okay.
What service?
The room service. I'm gonna need you to stop with the room service.
I couldn't
It's a
hear
little
what you said
excessive.
over.
The fake airplanes.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you over somebody snorting a pill in the background.
Oh no, it's just me blowing my nose. Just me blowing my nose.
Oh, okay. It's just yeah, that tracks
Sorry.
with you, but not with OG though. That was OG snorting a pill. You crushing it at the beginning. Do you crush your tissues before you use it to blow your nose?
Oof. Yeah, I wouldn't know. I
See,
do.
I used to line.
I do wonder though if you're not used to
I used
purchasing rugs on the street for your friends or yourself. How would you know to purchase them for your friends when they come to town? Especially when you're purchasing for a nurse, which I can't imagine a nurse would need you to purchase, like an ex-nurse to purchase street rugs. I mean, just questions. I don't know. So sorry.
right. There's going to be more about that coming out, by the way. Not tonight.
I'm sick though, so if you hear me sniffling, coughing, it's not because of any of that type of activity,
Well, that's a side.
guys. But anyway, I'll drop. Thanks.
That's a side. All right, we're going to get started here shortly, but I would like to remind everybody that a side effect of Percocet is the sniffling. You guys might be asking, why am I being so mean to OG? Wasn't she my friend? Yes, she was. But I can't tell you how many people that have been close to me that I've called out. Because if I don't call out people that are close to me, everything I've ever said before means nothing. I'm being mean to OG because, well, she scammed Farrah. She took advantage of Farrah. And I'm going to cover a couple of things tonight. I'll start out by updating everybody in the process and the progress of the process. Unlike a certain cocky fuck named MJ, you can't just talk to the person scamming, claim you have everything, and demand victory declared. MJ wants to sit over there and say, well, I'm a truth teller. What truth? First off. Because I could be a truth teller too and just tell the truth of the version of the truth of the version that someone wants it to be the truth of one person and not get anybody else's perspective of it. Now, I would like to add this small piece in. I'm getting reported, so go on ahead and do your populars, heart me, all that. If this one goes down, it'll be on Florida Man account 7. MJ, I talked to over 200 people when I did the whole Muffin Man thing. That took me months. I got all sides of it. I got everybody's perspective of it. And if I didn't get yours, well, you sure didn't reach out. Or you didn't answer me when I reached out. Florida Man account ACCOUNT 7. How did MJ go through all that evidence so quickly? Correct. Critical thinking would need also to be able to apply OG's past. You take 100% of what you know from OG, who has faked 2 text threads in the past, proven Mallory, who popped out of nowhere and said, this is Bougie's fault, she set OG up, and Megan, who's just kind of there, being a dick. MJ, you don't take Daisy's events into consideration. Does Daisy not deserve to speak her story? Does Daisy not deserve to have what happened to her by OG taken into consideration? OG attempted to kidnap a baby from the hospital by paying Kaylee to call the hospital, have a talk screen done on it, and then discharge it to OG. What are you doing? While you're investigating your nothing over there, why don't you try to ask her what she was going to do with the baby? I knew nothing of that this whole time. And if I did know anything about that, I'd have disassociated myself quickly. I would like to know what you were going to do with that baby, OG. I don't know. Can you Google it? Google it. Tell me what you find, Kenny. Right. It is January now. So Bougie's no longer kidnapping kids, everybody. Hey, Rim. Happy New Year. Oh, yeah. Happy New Year, everybody. We're going to start this one off with a bit of a bang. I'll update everybody on the progress of the process. I have several people's full chat logs with OG to still go through, including my own, where if Mallory Jr. over there would have slowed their fucking roll a little bit, maybe they would have learned a little something about OG. Maybe they wouldn't be in the position they are where they say, well, if you're over there with Florida Man, I'm going to block you. You know that's what they all do. Mallory Jr., you know everybody's went through that step. That's part of the pattern. If you would watch my content, Mallory Jr., I tell on myself what the whole pattern is, what the whole process is, and how you're going to feel in the next step. What MJ, or Mallory Jr., is going through right now is the illusion of dominance. You know, you want to get up, yell at me, and talk over me, cut me off, and drop me when I offered to screen share you my phone and show you some things. My bad. I don't know how you went through several people's text message logs with her, mine included, off of 2 phones. All of hers. And had all that time to talk to all the other people that were involved with OG over the time that she's been on this app. And in situations that Farrah was close to and gave money for. How you did that in a 20-minute span, I'll never know. Or was all the proof you needed in your Cash App from OG? I mean, I know you can fit a lot of text in that Cash App note. Maybe it's all there. Because past behavior matters.
And lied on me. I'm gonna need you to correct that lie. You said that I was live speaking on you today.
I'm gonna go get some screenshots.
Like, for real, bitch, is you okay? OG, is your name Skittles? Did you change your name? Because nobody spoke on you in my live. I know you want to be relevant, right? You want to make everything about you. Bitch, I don't give a fuck about you enough to speak on you. Bitch, I don't give a fuck about what you got to say. I need you to sit the fuck down and stop being a pick-me hoe. I mean, you can't make it shit. Everybody that was in my live today already knows her name wasn't even mentioned. Like, because Mother Moon, she needs to be relevant. She has to try to make everything about her. Thank you, Deb. Love you. Not even a thought. Like this bitch don't even cross my motherfucking mind. That's how irrelevant she is. I don't get it.
Hey, Gemini. I don't get it either. I wasn't even on the internet today, mostly at all. I was on the phone for a couple hours with somebody right before I came live. Before that, I was doing I Bet They Wish They Knew. Maybe I dropped in Discord 2 or 3 times. I still know you don't say OG's name because you said in Discord that you were going to drag the fuck out of Skittles, didn't you?
Yeah.
So is OG Skittles? Are you going to crash out over my dick, OG?
I fucking can't stand you now. I think it's probably why she's crashing out, because she didn't get it. Is that what it is?
She offered me a job and she said I could move in with her. And I was like, nah, I'm good.
Oh, the hell. What?
Mm-hmm. She said her boyfriend, Chris, has a lot of jobs lined up coming up and she needs another person. If I wanted to be paid well and I could stay at her house, I could do it. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I do not fucking blame you.
I would have if I knew I would have got paid, but I knew I wasn't going to get paid.
Oh, hell no, you wouldn't have got paid. She needs to correct that live. Or MJ, if you can, find my live, because I'm sure it'll be uploaded to somebody's YouTube. And please make OG correct that lie, because her name wasn't mentioned in my live at all. And for some people who are saying that I was dragging or whatever Skittles, no, I was going live and telling Skittles to tell the whole motherfucking truth. These half-truth shit that Skittles likes to do needs to stop.
She has done nothing but cry victim since yesterday. Bitch needs to go fucking have a lobotomy done.
Yeah, she does for real.
She
So
really
does
does.
MJ does. Because MJ is not going to correct anything. MJ is just going to go along with it because MJ is going to get another $4 from fucking OG and be like, yeah, Queen Bitch, fuck you.
I know, Trouble. Hush. Hush, Trouble. I'm so fucking upset over it.
Okay, so I'm going to update everybody on where
I'm
I'm at.
popping down.
I appreciate you, Nikki.
Right.
That you completely ignored there, MJ. You know, I didn't just tell you to ask her about the vet for no reason. But you skipped over that. The way this process works is, well, you can't be a total cocksucker and just be like, no, you show receipts and I don't have to. That is not the way this works. You cannot just be like, oh, I win. What are you winning? What are you winning? What is there to win? What's the prize? You want to be right so bad. You're willing to be so fucking wrong. To be right, you could be wrong. With all your little racist mods over there. Because I got where they said it on Facebook. Even though they cleaned it up. Other people had it. I got that sent to me. I got your drug addict mom doing some fuck shit, MJ. And I'm going to love that when I play it. I'm not going to play it tonight, though. What I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to talk about the biggest problem in this whole thing. And it's the fact that OG, Mallory, and MJ said Farrah was faking her cancer. Spilled on the FYP is back up and going. All right, I got you, Deb. Hold on, I can't check DMs without somebody up here and my camera off. But unless it's like super important, don't come up because I'm just gonna rattle this shit off. I don't know who Discord Supervillain is 11. But I'm gonna switch you out for Deb for tonight. Because she's about to go to bed and she needs the access to rewatch. Okay, anyways. Tonight's going to be about Mallory, MJ, and OG saying Farrah faked her cancer. OG said that she had all of Farrah's medical records like she was threatening somebody. So OG, the second topic tonight is going to be about that. But if you did have all her medical records, you would clearly see 3 separate cancer diagnoses. MJ, you said, well, with all the posts for remission on your page and she doesn't have cancer, all that. I'm sorry, have you ever had cancer, MJ? Have you ever been around anybody that's had cancer, MJ? When you said that, I knew I had it. How are you going to rattle off at the mouth something so ignorant? How are you going to spit in the face of not only Farrah, but every single other person who has had cancer? Do you have a grasp of just how awful cancer actually is? MJ, Mallory, you too. What is your problem? You sat there and said it too. So, to the three of you, I would like all three of you to know that you have pissed off a mighty large amount of people. Not only people who suffer with cancer, but people who are around those people and people who respect what people who have cancer go through. Because if you're so ignorant on a topic, I probably want to speak about it. Right, Mush. The fact that y'all said, all of you said, Mallory, MJ, and OG are all of you, by the way. So when I say all of you, it's MJ, Mallory, and OG said that Farrah faked her cancer. And the excuse was, oh, there's remission post. The purpose of that was, don't believe Farrah, that Farrah got taken advantage of. Aren't you a former nurse, OG? Aren't you supposed to be able to notice signs of things? Or did you notice it and you just used it for the wrong reason? So, MJ, you can talk all the shit you want about me because all the shit that you're talking now, you very well could have gave a fuck about. You knew back when I was taking the box in your shit and talking shit about Petty, right? You knew while you were on the back end talking to me the whole time, right? You did. I can prove you did. You gave no fuck. Suddenly, you care to try to discredit me, but suddenly you're realizing that you're doing the same thing everybody else does. Because don't think nobody notices when you cool with me, and then when you flip all of a sudden for no reason, because I ain't do a fuck thing to you. You do the same thing everybody else does. Ha ha ha, look at Florida man. Florida man, just let me put his picture up. Okay, Moonbeam looking ass motherfucker. You look like Moonbeam in her 50s. What you want me to say? At least be creative with your insults, Moonbeam Jr. Sitting there with my mugshot up on your shit. You like my orange shirt too? Because Moonbeam liked my orange shirt. You must like my orange shirt picture too. In 5 years, you're going to have that fucking shady old lady voice that Moonbeam had too. For everybody's information that may doubt the legitimacy of Farrah's cancer, Farrah absolutely does have cancer. That shouldn't be a topic of discussion. Why is it a topic of discussion? Because, well, with cancer comes medication. With medication comes the inability for OG's dumbass to take payments from her. But it's not like she asked for all of them. She ran her card several times without her permission. That in and by itself is the problem. Take everything else out of it. The fact that you ran her numbers on that credit card without her authorization, even one time, is a problem. And even if it was one time, I'd have still called your ass out on it. Because when we all sit over here and say that we check the people close to us, we actually do. It's not very often that one of us does some fuck shit, but when we do, we all turn out like OG, right? We all jump over to everybody we say we hated. Because Mallory, I got some very recent text messages from Farrah I'm not from OG saying some not very nice things about you, but that's okay, right? It's Bougie's fault. Bougie made her say it. Bougie, how you gonna text OG and tell her to talk shit to Mallory about me? Did you tell OG that you were gonna have me drag her if you done it? Because Bougie never said that either. Mallory, sit the fuck down. Didn't you marry your husband recently? Go consummate the marriage. Maybe that's why you're fucking shitty. The day I let Moonbeam Jr., that little girl Bo Kink having ass Mallory, and that gravelly voice pillhead fucking OG think they can talk shit about me, think they can sit there and talk shit about Bougie, think they can sit there and talk shit about Monster, think they can sit there and tell Farrah that her cancer is fake, tell anybody that their cancer is fake. Y'all done snorted way too many pills with OG. Don't worry about Bougie's intimate behavior, Mallory. Oh, that's weird, Mallory. You did try to go there with me 3 times over the last couple lives. And I was like, no, that's gross. I don't do that. I'm not petty, Mallory. You might want to text him for your spicy text. Mallory, of all people, knows OG's past. But she cried because, well, she drug OG for a year and she was wrong. She wasn't wrong on some of it. On some of it she was, but she knew she was wrong. Like when she defended Rissa for the 550 that Rissa owed OG. Rissa doesn't owe OG 550 anymore, though, because she forgave that in my life. I want MJ, Mallory, and OG to pay attention. I know they won't. They're going to cherry pick parts of this and be like, oh, you called me a pillhead because you are. You snorted one on live with OG. Stop. And then MJ is going to probably lay her head on her pillow and realize I don't look in the mirror because I do look like Moonbeam Jr. Get a pointer and start pointing shit out. Start pointing out the fact that you're just a bull-faced fucking liar. Then you'll be telling the truth. Be the truth teller that you need to be about yourself and your mama. Because all those posts that Farrah did about remission, they were real. That truth doesn't disappear because she had another scan and more was found. So, cancer is not an illness that's just a straight line. It's not a before and after like the flu. You don't just go get one scan. You don't get to make one single announcement. Anyone who has actually lived through cancer or been next to someone who is going through it knows this. You can be in and out of remission dozens and dozens and dozens of times. You can receive good news one month and terrifying news the next month. You can celebrate your progress, though. You can celebrate your progress while still knowing that you're still fighting. They missed me. And I'm telling you, OG had that nursing license 2014 expired, and I watched the clip earlier where OG was like, I'm a nurse, and she's like, Bougie's like, your license is expired. She's like, OG said, well, I can get it reinstated, and Bougie cut her the fuck off and said, it's been 10 years, you haven't got it reinstated. Fuck off with that. I still laughed at. Anyways, before I was rudely interrupted by not sirens this time. Right, Deb. Farrah can celebrate her progress, while Farrah still knows the fight isn't over. Anybody can. That's not being dishonest. Posting that you're in remission because you had a good scan and it didn't find anything, that's not lying. That's being hopeful that it doesn't come back. That's being positive. That's hoping that the fight with cancer is over. We'll take Dana-Farber Hospital as an example. On their website, you can find all the information about remission. Did anybody ever check there? Did any of you truth tellers and people who are being honest and people who do all your research ever think about looking on the damn website of the hospital? Remission, officially, from the hospital, to be told that you are in remission, it requires sustained evidence, clear scans over a long period of time, often 2 years at Dana-Farber. Then, after that, the doctors will officially declare someone in remission. Until then, patients live in an in-between space. One where hope and fear coexist. Where every scan carries a lot of weight. And where every clear scan is a small miracle and a win, which gives them the right to be hopeful for the future that cancer will not give them if they still have it. So Farrah decided to celebrate those moments publicly, and that's normal. And you shit on it, along with everybody else who does it. All three of you. Anybody in your chat that agreed with you. You're all horrible pieces of shit. When someone who has cancer celebrates a clear scan, that does not mean the cancer was fake. It doesn't mean the illness was exaggerated. And it doesn't mean she was lying. It means she was clinging to hope that the cancer would be gone for good. People who haven't lived with cancer or lived with anybody, around anybody who has had cancer, or even haven't had anybody who cancer has touched their lives, apparently assume that if you celebrate progress, you must be cured. Or just never had it. I guess they think if you smile, you must be fine. If you share hope publicly, you must be pretending. That assumption is ignorant, just like the 3 people who said that shit. Farrah posted on TikTok remission videos for her clear scans. OG said that she had all of Farrah's medical records. Then MJ said, and that she was faking cancer. Then Mallory said she was faking cancer. Then MJ said, oh, she has all these remission posts up. She's faking cancer. How can she still have it? MJ. You ignorant looking lump of clay. That is not the way that works. Y'all gotta be ashamed of yourselves. But you're not, because, whatever saves OG, right? None of y'all even liked OG. When I spoke out for OG about some shit, Mallory, you hated OG. What they did, it strips cancer patients of their right to joy. Not just Farrah, but every other cancer patient that was watching or that hears it. Whether they're fully, officially in remission or not. Whether they're celebrating a clear scan and celebrating that they're in remission for that moment to them because they hope the cancer doesn't come back. You shit on all of them, OG, Mallory, and MJ. You shit on their relief for the moment. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're going through cancer, there's not many moments that you have relief. But that clear scan, that's a moment of relief before concern about the next scan starts to seep in. You've shit on the gratitude that they have for the moment of that clear scan. They can appreciate those clear scans as however they like, because they're the one going through it. And MJ, Mallory, OG, if none of you have ever went through cancer, then I hope you never do, because if you ever do and I find out, I'm going to shit on your joy. Whatever small moments you have of joy, I will take them away from you. But let's hope you don't get cancer. Because all 3 of you are a cancer to every association that you have, to this side of the app, to your side of the app, to the app in general. You need to educate yourselves and learn how to do what you think you know how to do. When you take those small moments away and you mock them and you try to reframe them as evidence of fraud, you try to twist them into some kind of, gotcha narrative, it's cruel. And you do it acting all righteous. OG wants to pretend to be the most kind-hearted person on the app that's never helping nobody again, but also Kai didn't go to rehab. Everybody pay OG to, to skim money off the top of getting Kai and the child that Kai does not have custody of out of a tent. Why y'all sending money? If Kai and that child's in a tent, y'all motherfuckers better be calling CPS, because it's cold as fuck in Ohio. That's an appropriate time to call CPS, everybody. So go ahead. Shauna Kipo, SHAWNA Kepoo, Akron, Ohio. They know her. They know him. Call CPS. Get that child out of that tent. No child should be living in the tent in the wintertime, and the fate of that child living in that tent should not fall on the hands of OG, the woman who took advantage of somebody on this app, knowing the issues. Because remember, she said she had all the medical records, and that's going to be a big part of the second one. Right, Kai has been going to rehab for years, and each time it's a scam. And you know what makes this more disgusting is the motivation behind it. They accuse Farah of faking cancer without medical evidence, with pretend OG has all the medical records. Evidence, which is nothing. They said, Farah, your hope is inconvenient and it doesn't fit our narrative. Acknowledging Farah's reality would require confronting the fact that someone else exploited her financially to the tune of about $12,800. It's indefensible. It says, I'm going to take the compassion that I should have for other human beings, and I'm going to turn that into protection OG, because she must be lying in your fucking pockets, huh, Mallory, MJ? You reduce yourself to such a level. Ain't one time on this damn app I said anyone faked cancer to protect somebody, OG. How you talk them into bombing their reputation like that, I don't know, but thank you. They chose to shield wrongdoing by attacking the most vulnerable person in the situation. Do we know that one of the biggest things that people do to survive cancer is to remain positive? Did Megan say Farrah faked cancer? If she did, I didn't hear it. I mean, Megan's not innocent in this, but I did not hear Megan say that Farrah faked cancer. So that's why I'm not mentioning Megan in this section. Now, if she did say it, I'll revisit this and add Megan to it. But for the moment, I've never heard Megan say Farrah faked cancer, so I cannot add Megan to this. Megan is a piece of shit for sure, for other reasons that I get to here in a moment. But while they can be in boxes with Megan, I have to hear Megan's voice say it though. I've not heard it, so that's why Megan's not in it. But if she is, I'll revisit it again and add her to it. But for the moment, she's not, because and I do have to be fair. Yeah, people can't control what other people say, and I can't hold anybody to a standard that I'm not able to keep myself. Scam slam, check your pocketbook. If they took the money, they missed. Anyways, One of the things that people need to do to survive cancer is to remain positive. That's actually a really big part of it. You can't be negative and expect that to help your process. Oh, before, now that they're good with Sunshine, I do have to say this. In FWA's live, Sunshine said she had cancer, and I said she didn't. I said, this is the, fourth time you've been diagnosed or some shit like that. Did you forget you were diagnosed 2 months ago? But later on, let's not forget, later on, she said she never said she had cancer because she don't. So maybe I know what I'm talking about. We all know Sunshine didn't have cancer. We all know that she says it every time she needs attention. And that's fucked up to say, but it's been a Sunshine thing to do. Yep, clip direct from her mouth on camera. All the times. Did you know people with cancer develop rituals? The stuff that they do that lead up to the clear scans become the stuff that they do that lead up to more clear scans. When people beat cancer, they do various things. People ring bells. They'll post scan results. They cry when they hear no evidence of disease. They get to imagine a future again when it's gone. But when it comes back, that doesn't negate the joy that they felt in those moments. They can still look back at those moments and still feel a little bit of joy from when they did get to celebrate a clear scan. And when y'all do some fuck shit like MJ, Mallory, and OG, you try to take that away from people. I don't think MJ, OG, or Mallory understand how hard it is to survive going through cancer and treatment. I personally have no idea, but I know a lot of people with it. And I talk to a lot of people with it. And a lot of people with it are awfully pissed off at you three. But it's okay, right? You don't need those people. Well, I do. I don't think they understand the amount of people who have a family member that has or have had or who has passed from cancer that they completely disrespected, disregarded, even people in their own chat. The Scammy Claus, didn't your parents pass away from cancer? You, of all people, should have spoke up against that one. But you chose to break city ordinance and burn stuff in your fireplace that you weren't supposed to burn. I'm calling the fire marshal. They will be at your house. They're going to find you. I'm going to send them the video. Because I'm a petty bitch. If you look up your city ordinance, you're not allowed to burn freshies. Even though you burnt the one that you already used because you really do like them and you still kept the other one. because, you know, you had to. Why do they always want me to come over there? They can come over here. I tried to go over to MJ's. The bitch talked over me, blocked me, dropped me, and cut me off and shit. Did all the fuck shit. Dominate that conversation over there, and I'm gonna sit over here and tell everybody what a fucking piece of shit you are for saying Farrah faked her cancer and saying that her remission videos were proof that she faked it. Garbage ass moonbeam looking bitch. I ain't never in my life seen anyone look like Moonbeam so accurately, except Moonbeam and MJ now. I would not co-host with them either. They can come over here. They want the clout. They want the people. If they want to talk to me, I tried to talk to MJ on the back end. She was nothing but a fucking dickhead. How about we compare notes? Oh, let me be a dick to you. Be a dick then. I don't care. I don't respect people who fucking do that shit. So if you want to talk to me, you're going to get up in this box and you're going to motherfucking apologize. As hard as you fucking told her that she faked her cancer, you're going to apologize 10 times fucking more. To tell Farrah, you seemed hopeful, therefore you must be lying, is bullshit. And I hear in my chat here, you have a history of saying people fake their cancer, MJ. Tap the screen, send your file player, send your heart mace. Big Back Moonbeam Jr. over there reporting. Or having people come report. Hey, Mittens. The fact that MJ, OG, and Mallory just fundamentally misunderstand what cancer takes from a person and what it forces them to rebuild is not anybody who suffers from cancer's fault. It's their own ignorance. It's their own desperation to be right in a situation that they know that they're wrong in. MJ, OG, Mallory, if you have never waited for scan results, knowing that your entire future hangs in the balance, you do not get to dictate how someone processes relief. If y'all have never lived with the constant awareness that remission can be temporary, you do not get to police somebody's joy. If y'all have never faced the possibility of reoccurrence, you do not get to accuse someone of fraud for believing, even briefly, that things might be okay. And the irony is painful. To call someone's cancer fake while actively participating in harm, manipulation, and narrative distortion, while acting morally superior than everybody, that shows how ignorant all three of you actually are. That shows how credible all three of you actually are. That shows how much empathy and compassion all three of you actually have towards other people. I hope none of the three of you ever have to go through cancer or ever have to have a family member go through cancer. And if any of the three of you have ever had a family member go through cancer, you should just uninstall the app. Because nobody wants you around. Your opinion is useless. We're also not going to disrespect what Mallory's essay in here. So if you see that in the chat, please do 5-second mute it. That's not okay either. Just because someone says something about one person, we cannot go and be wrong about something else. So please, nothing about Mallory's essay. I believe it. I think we all should, not use that as retaliation, because that's not anything to retaliate with. The only thing that we should be retaliating with is the truth. I'm also sick of Mallory. I'm sick of MJ, and I'm sick of OG. That fake cancer shit. I mean, hey, now you know why I didn't go live last night. They mean nothing. Their word means nothing. They're doing the same thing everybody else does, except now they're like, well, let's protect OG for stealing $12,800 plus by saying someone faked their cancer. Is wild as fuck to me. Like I said, I genuinely hope that the people attacking Farah never have to learn these experiences firsthand. Because cancer doesn't care about your narratives. It doesn't care about your allegiances or who you're trying to protect. It doesn't announce itself neatly at all. It doesn't resolve cleanly. And it doesn't look the same for two people. What does matter, and what always matters, is how we treat those who are already suffering. Choosing to tear down someone with cancer to protect someone else's wrongdoing is wrong. It reveals something deeply broken about the morals, the ethics, and the values of those using that as a weapon. If you can look at somebody celebrating their survival, however temporary that celebration may have been, and call that evidence of deceit, then the problem was never Farah. It was the absence of compassion from Mallory, MJ, and OG. And that absence is far more damaging to this or any space than anything else anybody is doing, except for T's husband. That's on the level of that. So, MJ, your song sucked, by the way. I heard it, and I'm like, man, I'm not going to respond to that. And then I'm like, yeah, I will. So, unlike MJ, who goes to Suno and types in 2 or 3 sentences and hits play, there you go, I actually put effort into my music. It takes more than a couple of sentences. It's more than asking ChatGPT to do it. I will be working on a response to MJ and MJ's just abomination of whatever she thinks that's a song. It's the free version too. You can hear it. Didn't even pay for it. If you're gonna talk shit about me, pay for it. It's $9.99 or some shit. Like, you got the low, shitty quality audio. Like, it's almost like you played the sample and recorded it on your phone, like on screen record. Like, you can't do that. I mix mine on BandLab and add my own fucking ad libs and, add the fucking whole beat and everything. Totally me, unique. So, in a day or two, that'll be up. Do not pay or donate anything for Kai. Kai was supposed to go to rehab, and this is a common scam that OG also does too with Kai. Petty's song is better than MJ's, at least Petty popped that shit off. He did get Kanye West emailed for it, and he did copyright my shit in response, and I laughed because petty for petty, But, you know what else is petty? The fact that I'm never going to let OG live down the audio of her saying she has all affairs medical records. Comboed with the fact that OG runs around this app and says she's a nurse with a 2014 expired nursing license. Oh yeah, for fuck's sake! Don't pay don't pay OG to watch Kai be homeless for 24 hours. What? That's exploitation if I've ever seen it. Y'all are letting a woman who buys pills off the street for a nurse she met on TikTok exploit this person in active addiction. She's been exploiting this person in active addiction. She waves money in front of Kai, and is Kai going to deny it? No. Kai's going to say, use me. Because you give me $20 every now and then. I might get a hotel out of it. OG, why are you lying and saying his child's in a tent with him when he does not have custody of his child? Everybody, please call CPS on Kai if that is the case. If you see anybody say that Kai is in the tent with his child, I urge you to do the right thing and call CPS. That is not something money can fix. Kai, be a responsible parent and take your child to in a tent. OG on TikTok begging for money for you. None of this is right. It's a scam. Shall we bring up the text messages of you using your child, Kai, to pity people out of money? Shall we bring up the text messages where you feel like a pedo for messaging somebody because they look young? I know I said I'd defend you on it, but hey, let's let everyone else make their determination on it. I'll explain it as clear as I can. The first part of the message was cut off. It made it look like you messaged first, but your message showed that they messaged first. But you still asked that question. That's kind of weird. I ain't never once in my life said I felt like one of those because I was messaging somebody. MJ, when are you going to check OG on that Kai shit? MJ, when are you going to check K.AK? Blame it on AK? And Dez for saying the N-word like you try to do everybody else. What, are you afraid of him? Kai, why have you been in emails saying you're living on a tarp with your child, no tent, no nothing? And if they say, oh, but she's racist, I allow people to exist over here. I don't be digging up people. Mine, give me the excuse to do it. I'll do it. I ain't got no issue with blaming on AK. I ain't got no issue with Dez. But you ain't have no drink. Don't give me the excuse to do it because I can do it better than you. Ask Holly Mae and Rutina. You put my face on your green screen or TV in the background, you're not the first. My face has been on green screen since Petty wouldn't take it off. But OG, those audios exist, and they're going to exist forever. OG said it, so she must be being honest, right? Even though you don't need Farrah's medical records to see and to have compassion and to know that you shouldn't take advantage of her for $12,800. After a small conversation with Farrah, I asked her when her medical issues started. Farrah was really healthy until 2020. She developed COVID, but the symptoms were not normal COVID. They were bad. She never shook that COVID, and that was at a time when long COVID didn't exist. Her words, and I believe them, she was diagnosed with POTS from 2 separate doctors because she was fainting. And I asked, well, how many times did you faint? More times than Farrah could count, more times than Farrah's husband could count. I asked if an ambulance ever had to be involved. It did. More than 10 times over the last 5 years. I asked why. Well, because she hit her head on concrete, on tile, coming out of doctor's appointments, and doctor's appointments. One time in particular stuck out there, and that was when it was on the way out of a blood draw. And if you look up like vagus nerve, you'll see exactly why. Everything Farrah explained is 100% due to a trigger of the vagus nerve. Head injury is substantially higher with that because you just go out and go over. You don't even know. You're out before you even know you're going out. Farrah hit the front of her head on the concrete, and she had audible hallucinations for 9 months plus. And she explained that to me, and I coped with that because I also smacked my fucking head and had audible hallucinations for months. It was like 3 months. It was not near as long as Farrah, but again, it happens. And the way she explained it is 100% what I experienced. I can't tell you what I did when I had that concussion. My ex would have to come up here and fill you in on that. And I'm just going to have to believe her because the lights were on and nobody was home. So I know a thing or two about concussions. Farrah is setting up an appointment with a neurologist to get checked for CTE and TBIs and all that. So that part's being taken care of. But Farrah does demonstrate the symptoms of somebody who has post-concussion symptoms. That's not a bad thing, Farrah. OG, being a nurse, should spot those symptoms from a mile away. And she did. And she took advantage of it. She targeted Farrah because of it. Right, Farrah. Not a lot of people see a neurologist unless it's like needed, but definitely see a neurologist, please. And it's nothing bad. It's nothing to shame Farrah over at all. Concussions are, when you hit your head, it's compounding, meaning the scrapes might go away but the damage is still there, and then you hit your head again, and those scrapes may go away, but that damage, it compounded. The concussions, they compound, they build up. And the way that she explained how she felt was 100% concussion symptoms. I'm not a doctor, but that's why I recommended that she please do go get that checked out, because proper steps can be taken by them. I know OG does for herself, because I'm showing on multiple text messages that OG's saying, they took away my pills here, they gave me fentanyl patches there, they gave me back pills here. Hey, they gave me fentanyl patches and pills. There's a lot of weird pill stuff, and plus the fact that she bought pills for Nurse Liz, and you just ain't buying pills off the street randomly. You just ain't jumping up one day being like, I'm going to go do some pills, let me walk outside to the nearest corner. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to know. You have to know. OG having a nursing license that's expired in 2014, and apparently all of Farrah's medical records should have seen exactly that. You got all of her medical records. The ambulance rides are there. The hospital stays are there. She claimed her Medicaid wasn't working, but she was on disability. Yeah, right. Karma, not just a seafood boil, multiple seafood boils. But OG is a fucking predator. She does this. And I know people associate predator with kids, but she's a predator for vulnerable people. Not only does she run around with this family, loyalty, trust, all that, and throw them $20 so they lie for her and they do her dirty work because, well, she cares, right? She's their mother figure. She's the one that, pretends to listen to them when they're going through shit. They're vulnerable people that she attracts, gives them $20, and they do whatever the fuck she wants for them. Where'd that loyalty fund go? OG, how did you spend $30,000 out your own pocket for loyalty, and your ex-husband took $80,000 from you for online hookers? You ain't balling like that. Come on now, you on disability. Does Social Security know about all that money? We gonna find out. Yeah, Karma, it's in some of these chats. MJ, you ain't know that, did you? Because you're not doing your research. Moonbeam looking bitch. Her Social Security knows about the money? I'm sure they do. Oh, now they know. Right. Now they know. But now they're going to know again, because I'm personally going to send everything financial about you to your Social Security, OG. Fuck around, call somebody's cancer fake again. You fucking predator. You specifically targeted Farrah. Do you know how I know you specifically targeted Farrah? Because on December 7th, when you were like, yeah, Farrah, don't send any more people money, you charged her fucking card that day. And MJ, you can say, well, he didn't talk to OG. That's why I didn't need to talk to OG, because the second I was in that group chat with you, OG, the second you told me, I called you and you said, I didn't know that you knew Farrah like that. And I'm like, yeah, I know Farrah like that. Why'd that bother you? That bothers you because you know who I am. That bothers you because you know what you've been doing before that. And you were like, oh, fuck. And then you ramped up the transactions. And once your Square got locked, you started going all in on these wish lists so you could get money off the top of them. Ain't that funny? You started going all in on guilting Farrah to send you PayPal and Cash App. How, if on the 17th, 18th, you had $22 to your name and your kids came up to you and said, "Did you buy our Christmas yet?" And you didn't answer them because you didn't want them to worry, how did you give them $1,000 cash each and an iPad apiece? So yeah, there you go. That's why OG didn't need talked to. First thing I checked was, did she charge Farrah's card on the 7th? Because I know what happened on the 7th. You fucking don't, NJ. And sure enough, she did. For over $400. It was $429 that she charged on the 7th while she was in the group chat with me and Farrah telling Farrah not to send people no more money. Mittens probably did say that to OG. But I don't mind. Mittens, at one point in time, seeing that she said, I do be defending Bougie. I do. And if I don't think something's right, I will say something. And, I do advocate for Bougie to be included in shit. I don't think Bougie should be left out of shit. I think people should understand tone and understand Bougie. She gonna mother the fuck out of you. And she gonna fucking say some shit to you. And it might not come off as like a tone that you want to hear, but it's genuine. It's caring. So yeah, Mittens probably did say that she was afraid to speak out against Bougie because of me. But I don't hold anything against Mittens. That's how she felt. For it to be weaponized against her now, it's kind of wild. You don't have to like Bougie, but you have to accept that I do. And you have to accept that I'm not going to stop liking Bougie. And you're good, Mittens. If that's the way you feel, that's the way you felt. If you still feel that way, you're free to talk to anybody you want. As I told OG, everybody is free to vent to whoever they want. And I'm not going to hold it against you because, well, people try to weaponize that shit, and it's bullshit that they use that against you because you went to her in confidence. What kind of person are you, OG? You damn well know the second you said that, Mitten was like, fuck. Why are you hurting other people in this? If Bougie went and talked shit about me to somebody else, do you think I'd care? No. That must have been the way she perceived the moment. I'm certainly not going to be like OG and tell Holly Mae that Bougie and I pushed her to try to off herself, and May, when you were on a backup account pretending to be your husband? No, pretending to be your mom with Rutina, right? How do I know you were pretending to be your mom with Rutina when Rutina messaged you? And you answered back, I'm her mom. She's just off the app right now. Something bad happened. OG, are you fucked? Did Rutina send me your messages? Because nobody likes you. My bad, Rutina. I know I wasn't supposed to tell. So, with somebody who has a neurological vulnerability, as Farrah does, you add up all the things, the various concussions over the last 5 years. You add up the medications that she's on. You add up the cancer that she has, which causes inflammation by itself without the chemotherapy. Then you add in the chemotherapy and the chemo brain like effects that has. That creates a neurological vulnerability. And if you Google neurological vulnerability, it specifically says that person is easier to take advantage of. And platforms like TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram make it a prime place to find somebody with a neurological vulnerability and drain them financially over a short period of time. I would say a short period of time for $12,800 sure is about 6 weeks. And you don't have to give me all of your text men. Like, you're not required to give me any. Nobody is required to give me any text messages because I'm not defending any of you. Well, fair, I am in this situation, but that's it. Y'all will see the contrast and the discrepancies, as we all saw with the vet. Because as OG is telling some people she needs $3,000 for a C-section for her dog that's too young to breed, she's telling other people that took it to the vet and got it a shot and paid $400 some odd dollars for it. While she's on the phone with me, with that dog on a blanket giving birth to the dogs, and her boyfriend Chris is getting yelled at. Don't touch them, or the mom won't want them. When I got off the phone with her, there were 3 of them born. I know she has 2 dogs. I don't know how many dogs they each had. I don't know. I didn't even know they were Chihuahuas till last night. But yeah, when I got off the phone, there were 3 born. So if anyone knows which one is which, there you go. Happy New Year, Cookie Dough. You're not Cookie Dough May, are you? Yeah, that is puppy mill behavior. You hear the dogs like squealing. Oh no, you're not that person, Cookie Dough. It's okay. How are you? Twisting whose comments to make her relevant? I'm not the one that said Farrah fake cancer. And I'm not twisting that comment at all. Genuinely what she said. Oh, she can't push my buttons because anyone who says that a woman is faking cancer when she's clearly not, for someone else she was dragging just, 6-7 months ago, just because Farrah gave a couple $1,000s in gifts to you, Mallory, and you didn't want that to come out. Mallory inserted herself by saying, "Bougie set up OG," and I don't know where she got that from. Bougie knew nothing about this. Then she said it's Snark's fault. I'm the one that told Farrah to call Snark and I didn't tell Snark that Farrah was going to call her. I just trust Snark. How can you not trust Snark? I'm sorry. Look on the whole app. Search the whole thing. Show me one time Snark's ever stolen something from somebody on this app. Y'all motherfuckers might have lives on her, but that's just because she embarrassed the fuck out of you and checked you on your shit, and you couldn't take it. One time, anybody show me one time on this app. Don't give me that GoFundMe shit. She gave every penny of that away. The water sharks, I've seen the receipts. All the stuff she did for those people, they got it. You'll be looking forever because it just didn't happen. Now whose fault is it? Is it someone else's fault that Mallory said Farrah faked her cancer? Because OG said it, MJ said it, y'all said it. And y'all can burn in fucking hell for saying it too. Because I ain't ever going to let you live that one down. And they can probably going to say, well, he's just not attacking the facts. Y'all ain't attacking no facts because y'all ain't got no fucking facts. If you had facts, you'd have all the fucking text threads I do about it. You'd be taking your time talking to people. But you didn't. You'd be taking your time going through her past, but you didn't. Past behavior counts. The fact that she faked 2 text threads, confirmed, and that email, Mallory, you still won't upload your live. You copyright claim Drama Talks down. That's why it's not there. How do I know that? I'm good with BB. Yeah, if they were running with facts, they sure wouldn't be acting like this. I'm running with facts on how fucked y'all are for saying somebody faked their cancer to cover for someone that you don't even like, all because you got a couple $1,000s in gifts from Farrah, Mallory, that you don't want to come out. Go to each one of your accounts payouts and show everybody that you did. In fact, do not recycle your gifts, that you cash them bitches out. Right, Mother Moon. Why doesn't Mallory want that live on Christmas Eve out there? Because she said I edited that receipt that was on her laptop that came from OG. I don't even give a fuck if she retracts it. I have the live, Mallory. But if I post it, you'll say, oh, well, he edited it too. You're not posting your own live like you do all your other ones. Is it embarrassing to be caught out on your shit, Mallory? I name call when I have facts. I just called MJ Moonbeam Jr. because she do be looking like Moonbeam. She's like 2 wrinkles away from looking exactly like Moonbeam. Okay? Her not posting it is more than suspicious. It's a receipt all on its own. The fact that she's not posting it, the fact that she's not addressing it, the fact that she's not retracting her statement, the fact that she's not over there saying, my bad, y'all, I fucked up. He ain't edit that shit. Here's some facts for you. It is 100% illegal and immoral to do what OG did to Farrah, even if Farrah said, run my card. Did we know that? No, I didn't start calling them names. I also was very respectful and thought that like this normal process of let's compare notes with receipts, because receipts are public, by the way. They're very public. Once they get sorted through, once they get the timeline added to them, once they have supporting receipts for themselves, because hey, we have to verify this stuff, don't we? She told somebody $3,000 for the C-section. What do you mean? Oh, just with the most, she did not get no Ozempic. Yo, Jess, if If you got Ozempic, DM me. I'll buy that shit. Oh, yes. Okay, so when I said that it is illegal and immoral for OG to run her card, even if she said run that card, it's because of the neurological vulnerability that OG, clearly being a nurse, has seen. The concussions, the medication, the chemotherapy. OG, you can't run $12,800 on somebody's card in 6 weeks while they're medicated with the neurological vulnerability, with prior concussions that you have all of her medical records, so you clearly see, right? Right. What about all the other people Farrah did this to? Where are they at? Y'all keep saying they exist. One of them's in here, and she just said that she didn't get no Ozempic. That's a lie. So, what you got now, Mallory? Where's the prescription medication at now when that person is in here saying she didn't do it? Y'all do know. Yes, for $12,800 on Farrah. Y'all do know that everybody's been saying Farrah's name loud, and it's because y'all are hoping that she did this to somebody else and they messaged you or they messaged me. And that's the only reason y'all are being so loud about it. And since nobody's messaged you, nobody's messaged me, OG, don't you dare pay nobody, because I will fucking dig into them. I will make sure that they're vetted properly. So let's get it. Where they at? They ain't in my DMs, because you damn well know someone would be messaging me, be like, hey, why are you defending her? The only reason OG gave a fuck about Farrah is because she knew she could take advantage of her, and the only reason Mallory pretended to give a fuck about Farrah is because Farrah would gift her. Right after OG had that live about Dora and the saying not to gift tea, and Farrah scammed Farrah for overgifting. I'm sorry, Farrah, but overgifting is not scamming. I've told you this before. Right at the beginning of the group chat, you knew what I was going to say, and you answered, yeah, I know, that's on me, because I've told you this before. There's too many steps involved with gifting to consider that a scam. I don't care who it's against. I don't care if it's against Dora. There's too many steps involved to consider gifting scamming, because you have to charge your account and all the steps with that, even if it is just, go in, hit recharge, hit the amount you want, then hit pay, and then enter your 3-digit code on like Google Play or iOS Store, however that works on iOS. And then you have to click the profile picture again, and then you have to pick the gift, and then you have to send it. There's just way too many steps involved for that to be a thing. It's an addictive thing, and it's a problem that some people have. Right. And that's why I felt that the Dora stuff wasn't okay to bring out, because it takes away, and OG knew this too. I told OG this. It takes away from real serious allegations. Okay. And it does take a lot to admit that. And it's okay. It's an addiction. It's like a slot machine. You get a little shout out from the host, and you feel good, and you do it again. Just like directly after that live, when Mallory was like, oh, Farrah, you're welcome here anytime. You don't have to give me, and you sent her a gift, and she's like, oh, Farrah, you don't have to do that, but you're welcome. And then you sent her another gift, and then the cycle continued. Mallory knew what she was doing. Everybody check out the live of Mallory's directly after OG's live about Dora. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You're like Farrah without money. Like I told you, you can participate with gifts. Send me a heart me and cap off the populars at about 4. It's 5 cents. And that's just to keep the live up. If you send me a big gift, I'm blocking you. But you know that already. Oh, they're showing Kai now. Can they show OG's adopted biracial son? Because OG's adopted biracial child, we've all heard her say that, right? We've all heard her say her adopted biracial teen. We've all heard her say that she's a biracial mother, which is wild as fuck, actually. Because are you biracial, OG? Well, that adopted biracial son is not adopted. It's a full ass adult. How many times has OG used that in an argument to claim that she's not racist while performing racism in front of our face? OG is out of the money that she scammed for Kai's hotel. We have to listen to her words. She's saying she's out money for it. She's out of money from it. She needs more. That's why she's, making an active addiction homeless Kai tap dance on a live for 24 hours so she can get $20 from each person that wants to watch it.
Hello. I
What you got?
give me 1 second.
Yep. While she's getting that, I would say the day you see me exploit somebody in active addiction and exploit someone who does not have a home to go to for $20 for people to watch them struggle is the day y'all better come take my phone and beat the fuck out of me for the audacity to do such a thing. And I said me, don't go do it to her. She got like an opiate addiction that she calls Lyme disease. You might have to fix that screenshot because we can't see the text, but I'm really struggling to keep my composure. Hey, that's true though. Trouble. Shut up. Oh no, we gotta unblock and unmute that account. It's not lying. I do have an inverted penis. Facts over here, everybody. Facts.
I know you mods can do this down there. Y'all don't got long.
I don't know how to fix the boxes. Hold on, I'm gonna
I'm
try.
not talking about you. I'm talking about several 50 billion mods down there. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Let me get those photos from those people.
Yep. While you do that, I will show something as well. This right here is a image as of an hour ago of OG. This is after she got the first $20 that she's going to not give Kai.
Oh my god.
Hold on, that's the wrong one on my end. Hold on. That's not it, everybody. Don't trip out. All right, I'll be back. I'll put you in the big box. That's much better. I will fix the boxes again so it's easier to see.
Told me to go. Okay.
If you got a picture of a cat, yeah, there you go. I see it. Y'all, her phone was blowing up over this shit. She got 0 text messages. It's missing something. And I'm going to show OG as of 20 minutes ago getting the first $20 for Kai going live for 24 hours to show people that he's homeless. This is OG with her adopted biracial son and transgender child. They calling her a scammer. OG is latched onto her prey. She's latched onto her prey. She is bleeding it dry. It's going right up her nose. See, she crunches it, turns it into a powder, and then gets the sniffles. Okay. Cat, you get the big box for the moment. Well, Kai is really homeless and not really in rehab like he's supposed to be. Happy New Year, bro. Happy New Year. The 3 narratives, 3 sides, 0 accountability. Yep, no rehab for Kai. Remember, everybody, that doesn't fit OG's money-making scheme. While these pictures are being shown, I'm going to speed through my next portion because we're not going to get derailed that quickly. I'm not going to stay on live until fucking 8 a.m., 9 a.m. either. My God, you guys. It was fun. We were very degenerate. And we should do it more often. Just not tonight. Maybe tomorrow. Yes, his PO could. So, why, even if Farrah said, run my card, is it illegal for OG to do that? Well, OG has her medical records. OG is experienced in nursing. OG should be able to identify a neurological vulnerability. OG should be able to clearly identify the fact that Farrah was being taken advantage of by her. She did it. It's misrepresentation as well. If someone intentionally lies or materially misleads another person in a way that is reasonably relied upon to obtain money or property, that can be fraud. If that person is under heavy medication for cancer, if that person is neurologically vulnerable, that is fraud. 100% of the time. Now, OG, I have all your text messages with Farrah, and there are some missing on your end. And I will point those out because that's why you're not releasing them, isn't it? Because you don't want people to be able to look at them and pick them apart. You just want the public on your side, right? So there are legal and consumer protection systems that also recognize that people can be harmed through unfair or deceptive practices. Every business in the United States must have ethics, must have self-control, must avoid taking advantage of those who are vulnerable and who will overspend. Particularly when the seller implies legitimate services. some type of employment, becoming an employee for pay, or deliverables, meaning like nails or whatever. Y'all's math ain't mathing on the nails either, by the way. Like, y'all was like, well, there was so many packages, and there was 13, 17 packages of nails per package, but then how do you get so many packages than 58 packs of nails totals? Right, OG, why didn't you cut her off?
Okay, my
That's a good question.
derailment is done for tonight.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going back to bed.
All right, I hope you feel better.
Good night, everybody.
All right, we're going to get this off the screen. I don't want to dox OG's children here next to her, you know. She going to be like, Florida man posted my kids. There's that screenshot of OG saying Farrah turned down nails. How does that work, OG? That works because that doesn't work for OG. That's why she won't release her full text thread. That's why they're demanding I release it all so they can edit it and be like, ooh, look, Farrah deleted stuff. OG, should really be more honest. Because you know you're fucked. That's why you're over there fucking yelling. That's why Mallory's yelling. That's why MJ's being the fucking best moonbeam lookalike she can be. Apparently, MJ saw top to bottom. So, MJ, you did say that. And I would like to know why you skipped over some very key details. Because lying just makes you look like shit, okay? Like, do you think I care? You think you're riling up people that don't like me anyways? You got scammy claws and scam slams people over there. They're over there. They're over with everybody. I could literally start beefing with Unbothered Hookah. I have no idea who you are. And they would be in Unbothered Hookah's live gassing them up. Y'all want friends that don't like you? Just beef with me. Scammy Claus will send the little cult over. So will Scam Slam. But then I'll just say Scam Slam had minors in Discord, and Scam Slam will be over there being like, if he's spreading misinformation about me again, guys, I totally didn't do that. Even though it's on the screen over there. Not questioning the receipt with the letter O and not a zero is a big one. But if they question that, then their whole narrative falls apart of me somehow editing a screenshot that OG sent Mallory that Mallory showed on a live on her laptop through Discord. So, hey, you know, they went far enough to copyright claim it down on Drama Talk, and they went far enough to not post it herself. But it was already disproven by Spilled on the FYP over here, when Spilled on the FYP accidentally showed the other receipt that Mallory tried to pawn off as the excuse, and the one that was edited on String Quarter. So, Spilled already kind of took your whole argument out there, Mallory. You have no credibility at this point. Why you're screaming and yelling, I don't know. But screaming and yelling, Bev, is your man, not on TikTok at me. We need a GoFundMe for finger splints because Mallory's man can't keep it up long enough without him. At least the popsicle stick on there will at least make it look like it's up. What OG did was deceptive and fraudulent business practices. It was an internet scam. And because, well, I mean, let's be real. I mean, I'm just completely trying to ignore the fact that she charged Farrah's card 18 times without her permission. What are you guys doing over there? If she would have charged her card one time without permission, it would be just as bad. But it was 18, and you fucks are ignoring it. I said 18. Don't come in here, Dennis. It's not about women. It's financial exploitation. OG is using something called undue influence. Right, Artie? I hate it here too. Do we know what undue influence is? Undue influence can be a power imbalance. It can be Pharisees. OG is somebody who is the head of a platform, and she's close friends with her, and she's offering her this, that, or the other, offering to be her assistant, whatever. And then, of course, Farrah is going to pay. But Farrah also has short-term memory problems from the various concussions, from the medications, from the chemo, from the cancer itself. And that short-term memory problem clearly shows. I'm not talking bad about you, Farrah. I'm being honest. But we still like you. I still like you. And I accept you for as you are. That is also why I ask those questions and highly recommend that you go to a neurologist so you can improve your quality of life while your cancer hopefully improves as well. It shows why people shouldn't take advantage of people, and it shows why I'm pretty steady on that part. That's crosses the line with me. For the longest time, I've known that Farrah was easily taken advantage of, and I've always watched for people who have taken advantage of her. Not gift-wise. I've always told her, gift-wise, it's your fault. Stop doing it. But financially, you should not have ran her card. You should have sent her an invoice. You should have been responsible. You should not have had her card number at all, even if she offered it. Because she did offer it the second time. But that's because she didn't know about those charges. They want to say, well, what about the bank call? May I remind you that Farrah knew about the charges on the 16th of December because she got that invoice for $30,000 and checked and seen, and she may not have known the scope of the number of transactions, but she sure did know that there was a hell of a lot more coming out of that than she had approved. OG absolutely should have been a friend. She accidentally called OG. Accidentally. I was on the screen share when she did it because she was scrolling her messages because MJ was like, what did you screen share with Farrah? I didn't need to, but just in case something happened, yeah, she hit the call button while she was scrolling her text. But she canceled it. Would you like me to show you? Shit, hold on. I got to go get the screenshot real quick. I'll be right back. If it ends, join back again. This is the Moonbeam lookalike, by the way, with the white eyebrows. Mrs. Clean right here.